Welcome back everyone. Believe it or not, I actually still use my 2015 MacBook Pro, the Retina model, the 15-inch model to be exact, almost every single day. And there's a couple reasons as to why I do this. Now first of all, I actually have an iMac that I use sometimes, but my main device is my M1 MacBook Pro, the 13-inch model. I haven't switched over to the 14-inch one just yet, just like how I haven't switched over to the iPhone 13 Pro yet. But there are still some advantages for something like a 2015 MacBook that still kind of overtake my M1 MacBook Pro and in some ways kind of overtake that 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros that just came out. And the number one reason why I still use this MacBook is because you can still actually install Bootcamp on this specific device. Now Bootcamp is essentially a Windows installer. It allows you to use full-fledged Windows, pretty much almost full-fledged, on your specific device. And it's not like a virtual machine, it's not a remote desktop, nothing like that. It's completely your own hardware being used for this specific device. Now there are other applications that allow you to kind of do this, things like Parallels or whatever that app is called, and I think that's cool and it's really awesome. I really like that kind of stuff, but I like having a whole dedicated other like installer, whole other OS on my system without really relying too much on my macOS machine, to be honest. And so the main reason why I still use that MacBook is because it's still an Intel machine and it actually allows you to still pretty much use Windows on it, which is still really cool without having to pay for Parallels or anything like that. So that's pretty much the main reason why I use it. Now the secondary reasons why I use it are pretty much mostly for the port selection on it. So I still have USB Type A ports on it, and I use that MacBook essentially, if I'm not using it for Windows stuff, I am pretty much using it specifically for audio recording and almost like data management in a way. So I have a dedicated microphone set up to it that if I ever need a separate device, sometimes there's situations where I want to use that MacBook over, using it on I pretty much have that MacBook set up in a completely different room. And, it's really cool just to be able to just, hop in there and use that MacBook with the dedicated mic that I have for it. And I can use it for that, but I can also use it for data management. It's really good having a separate computer laying around that if you want to just quickly hop on it and use it for something else while your main computer is busy doing like uploading video or exporting videos or whatever, at least you have that other machine for it. Now, it's not going to compete with my M1 MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro that I have is way better than the 2015 one, but it's still really cool to have a separate device like that, especially in some ways an Intel one that can actually go ahead and run full-fledged Windows on it. Now, I will not go switch over to an Intel machine. I'm loving these M1 MacBook Pros and everything, but there are still some advantages for using a MacBook like this, even an older one like this 2015 one. And up until last year, I was still using this 2015 MacBook for pretty much every single thing that I wanted to do with it. So without a doubt, I will tell you, if you're in the market, if you still have the 2015 MacBook, I would recommend keeping it. It's not a bad machine. Of course, the newer ones are better, but this is not a bad machine anyways. It almost is like reincarnated with the 16-inch newer models. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.